I must congratulate the distinguished panelists for an excellent presentation. There are two key takeaways for me as far as one is the concept of trade-off, and the second as the future of coal, that Chaturvedi was saying. I will share an incident from my erstwhile job in Planning Commission. Sustainable development was a chapter in the 12 plan document. Low carbon strategy, I think Dr. Mathur was a key contributor in that, was an integral part of the sustainable development chapter. One of this element in that was relating to the iron and steel industry should adopt energy efficient technology in the blast furnaces. I called up one of the steel plants managing director and asked him, have you seen this report? What is your action as far as this is concerned? His reply was very interesting, which I must share with you. He said, we are out of business. With the question of taking anything on this, the entire China has exported or dumping steel into us, and there is no question of doing anything on the blast furnace. So in a globalized environment where you're importing various elements from the abroad, whether steel, whether electronics, whether crude oil, and the environment of that country, exporting country, is getting affected, how do you have a trade-off here? In other words, in the current context, how do you synergize Make in India with your resource efficiency or sustainability campaign? Having said that, I just wanted to share that as a comment on the panelist talk. I will say three things. Why NITI Aayog is involved in this resource efficiency, what NITI Aayog is doing on resource efficiency, and third, what we propose to do in the next 6 months. NITI Aayog is preparing a vision document for the country for the next 15 years, to 2030. There will be a strategy document of that and also a 3-year action agenda. In the 3-year action agenda, which has already been put on the website of NITI Aayog, which is already there in the public domain, there is a chapter on sustainability. That is chapter number 7 and chapter 23-24. The chapter 23 talks about environment and forest. Chapter 24 talks about sustainable management of water resources. So sustainability is a key element as far as the vision document is concerned, strategy document is concerned, and the 3-year action agenda. That is where the NITI Aayog got involved in the resource efficiency strategy. We, along with you delegation, we with GIZ, and also on the basis of reports produced by TERI, Development Alternatives and others, prepared a draft strategy paper, which was open to public for comments in June 2017. We have received very valuable comments, and we are examining those comments. The next question is, what do you do next with these in the next 6 months? I'm not going beyond 6 months. First thing, we'll finalize the strategy paper based on the comments, and we'll put it in public domain for all of you to access that. Second, we are going to prepare a joint work program with you delegation, with the Ministry of Environment, Forest, and NITI Aayog on what is the way forward as far as resource efficiency is concerned. We're working on that. This joint work program will be for the next 3 years. Then we will put up a public web portal on resource efficiency for everybody to have access to that. What are the global best practices of resource efficiency? Today, if you go to any state government, which is our major stakeholder in NITI Aayog, we'll just find what is the resource efficiency all about? What are the global best practices in that? So this kind of dissemination is very, very essential. And this is why we're going to do a web portal on resource efficiency. And third, which is the most critical part, who is going to drive the resource efficiency initiative in the country? Today, NITI Aayog is acting as a facilitator, as a lead agency. But it's not NITI Aayog is not a ministry. It is not going to implement. The line ministry is Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. But given the canvas of resource efficiency, which is multi-ministry, which is multi-stakeholders, multiple agencies are involved in that, we need a central agency, a central authority. Therefore, they need to have a central agency who could drive the whole initiative. We're considering, in that context, a Bureau of Resource Efficiency, a central regulator. It is possible the state governments may take up from there and have their own and drive this initiative all across the country for the next 3 or 5 years till the. This is based on a model of Bureau of Energy Efficiency, which was under the Energy Conservation Act. Now, where it should be located, which ministry should drive it, this is all again, we are going to take a call on that in the months to take. But this is where we have felt that this is one of the comments also which you have received. Fourth thing is we're going to have regional workshops. All of you are requested to come and participate. One of the major agencies of change in the government, and NITI Aayog is a major, is the concept of cooperative federalism. The state governments are very, very important for us. And here I take this occasion to share with my distinguished panelists, while you do a modeling, a macro aggregative modeling, please look at all the state governments. There are 13 mineral-rich states. If you look at their state domestic products, and if you look at if you have a certain level of resource productivity, how much does it impact on GDP, state GDP, and overall quality of life in the states? Because states are very, very important for NITI Aayog. They are our major agencies also. So when we are talking about the regional workshops, when we are talking about in the states, we want the mineral-rich states to come forward and be harbingers of change in this. It is very easy to say that the iron ore industry, mining industry, should be resource efficient. I wonder if any one of you have gone to an iron ore mining site and see the kind of waste that is being generated there. Look at that locality, and look at that kind of, what possibilities are there, what opportunities are there for those who are living there. So resource efficiency is not merely question of having an energy efficient LED device, but also the life cycle concept is excellent in that concept. This is the mining, the production, the consumption, the post-consumption. I think China was the first country which had circular economy has taken that. In the 11th five-year plan, they did it. In the 12th five-year plan in India, we did take up the case of low carbon strategy, but it was not integrated into the policy framework. But today, we have that opportunity. And resource efficiency, I must thank the EU delegation, the GIZ, all these think tanks who have contributed to this strategy. We must not leave it at a paper, as a document on a website. We must carry forward this one to its logical conclusion. And that is possible if only the state governments get involved in the process. And with this, I would like to say That is a great initiative. It is a gigantic task. But I have laid out the roadmap for the next 6 months, which is what we propose to do. If you have any suggestions, you're free to send your inputs to either GIZ or to CII. We'll take it forward. Thank you very much for this, sir.